Okay, today actually we will learn how to add different sprites. In the last class we learned just how to add one sprite. Today we will learn how to add different sprites and we will work on different sprites. And we will create a game. The name of the game is Game Star Hunter. So what we will do, we will create a diver sprite. There will be some enemy, crab, octopus, shark. These will be enemy. The target of the diver will be, he will collect the star. Whenever he touches a star, it will increase its score. But whenever it will touch the enemies, it will decrease its scores. Decrease its lives. There will be some life point. It will decrease its lives if it touches this enemy, crab, shark, or octopus. But whenever it will touch the star, it will increase its score. Okay, I will teach these things, and we will learn how to create a variable today. How to create multiple sprites. Okay, let's start. Okay, first of all you have to go to the Scratch website. Then click on the create. Okay, here I will name the first. We will create a game now, like Star Hunter. So what I will do, first of all, my target is I will add this sprite in my game or project, diver, crab, shark. But before that, I will delete this one. How can you delete a sprite? Just click on the delete button. It will be deleted. Now I will add new sprite. How can we add new sprite? There's an option here, a sprite library. From this, you can choose a sprite. Okay. I'm clicking here. Then first of all, I will look for diver, like second one. I will select this one, diver 2. Then I will look for crab. See, I am adding many sprites. Again, I will add another sprite. I will add like shark 2. Okay. Then what? Then octopus and star. Okay. Then I will add octopus. Again, same way I will add star. Okay. That's how you can add multiple sprite in your project. So that's how, just clicking on this add sprite library, you can add multiple sprites on your project. So we have added different sprites. Listen, I hope you remember I told you that for different sprites we can write different codes. Whenever we will select this sprite, we can write code for this. Whenever we will select this sprite, we can write code this for this. So there will be different codes for different sprites. Okay, and also we will add some background now. Like I will add here stars and underwater 2. Okay, I hope you whenever I will give you the slides, you will get it. I will add two backgrounds or backdrops, underwater and star. I click on, how can you add some backdrop? Here by clicking on this backdrop library. This is for a sprite, this is for backdrop. Okay, click here. I'm just adding underwater. Second one I will add. Okay, I will add another one, another backdrop. That is a star. I will add this one. So I have now two backdrops. If you go to backdrops, I have underwater and star. Okay, I will delete the existing one. This is default one, white. I will delete this one. So I have two backdrops. Okay. See here, I will write something. Whenever my game will be over, it will show this backdrop, this black backdrop, and it will show that game over. Okay, just simple. You can write something like, if you click on the text and click here, space, it will give you the space. Like you can write game over here. game over. So it's not that much flexible. Somehow I can write it. I have written it game over. Also, so click on the text and you can write game over here. So you'll get it. So whenever I will done my game, it will be done. It will show this page then. My target is this one. Okay. Click on the code. Okay. So what I did, all of you, I have added five sprites, by clicking on this, and I have added 2 backdrops by clicking on this. Like if you go to backdrops, you get it. First one is underwater, second one is star. Okay, so my first job is done. I have added some sprites and for some backdrops. Now I will write code. First of all, I will write code for the diver. That means what it will do. Each job is, it will just move here and there, and whenever there will be some condition, whenever it will touch the star, there will be some variable score. It will increase the score. Whenever it will touch this enemy, crab, shark, and octopus, it will decrease the lives. Okay, you will get it. So in the slide, I have written something like add 2 variables, score and lives, and give them some initial value. We will give them some initial value, score to 0, lives 10. Okay, so our first job is we will add 2 variables, score and lives. Listen, after creating the program, I will again explain it. So click on the variable. See, here we have option variable. What is variable now? A variable is a storage where you can store some value, and your value might be changed over the game. Your value might be a variable's value might be changed. So what is variable? Variable is something where we can store some value, and this value can be changed. I know whenever you play the game, there are some lives. It decreases the lives from 10, 9, 8 to finally it comes to 0. Then your game finishes, something like that. These scores is, and it increases your score, decrease your score. So these are the variables actually. Click on the variable. So how can you create a new variable? Click on make a variable. Then you can name it. Like I will name it, first one is score. So I am creating a score. Listen, here I will select, you can select for this sprite, also for all sprites. But here we have to select the variable score for all sprites. Otherwise it will not work. Click OK. So now I have a variable score. In the same way, make a variable, create another variable, name it lives. Okay, lives for all sprites. So I have created 2 variables in my game. One is score, one other is live. I hope in the screen you can see on the right side of the output, as there are 2 variables, the value of score is 0, the value of lives is also 0. Okay. Do you have any question? If you have any question, all of you, you can unmute yourself and ask me a question if you have any question. Okay, but you got it. So our initial statement, initialization is done. We have created some sprites, we have created some backdrops, and we have created some variables. So we are done with the initialization part.
Sir,
yes.
How will we will be sure about our sprites? You have added 6 sprites, but we don't know about this.
No, it's
I
a
mean,
game.
how?
Listen, how we will be sure? That was the question.
Yeah.
Yeah, our target is, we will, according to our target, nothing special. We will create a star hunter game. That's why you need 5 variable, 5 sprites, 6 sprites, or you might need more. According to your game development, according to your game methodology. Like for my game, I need 5 sprites, I need 6 sprites. You can create another game where you just need 1 sprite, 2 sprite, according to your game, nothing special. So here I am creating a game where I will have some enemies. That's why I have created 4 enemies, 3 enemies. So you can add more, you can add less. It's totally up to you. Okay, now I will add some code for the diver. Okay, for the diver. So what I will do initially, I will click on the event and I will select that when, you know how to drag and drop. When this green flag clicked, we will do something. like switch backdrop to underwater 2. For the scratch, basically I will give you to create your own games. After that class, you will have some time like 2, 3, 4 days at home. You can create whatever you want. It will not be something memorizing or anything. Okay, you will create your own game by yourself, whatever you want. Okay, when this green flag will be clicked, then we will do click on the looks, like switch backdrop to, select this arrow, underwater 2. Here you will get all of the backdrops that you have added in the program. So I will explain it. So whenever I will start the game, first of all it will go to the this backdrop. Then we will do something. We will change that. We will set the initial value of the variable. Like we will set score is equal to 0 first. Set. So whenever we will start our program, start our game, initially our score will be 0. I hope it makes sense. Initially it is 0. And set lives is equal to 10. Make it 10. Just click on the 0, make it 10. So initially it makes sense. Initially whenever we will start our program, start our game, we will set our score to 0 and we will set our lives to 10. Okay, whenever we will, then whenever we will go ahead, it will increase our score, and whenever it will touch the enemies, it will decrease our lives. That's how we are going to create the game. Okay, then what we will do, I will just write some code, more code for the diver, then add a forever loop, like again add a event when this is clicked, this green flag clicked. We will change its size, like set size to 80%. You can actually make it 80-60%. You can work on it, explore it. See, for the diver we are writing actually 2 scripts of course. First script is this one, it will do something, again also it will do these things. For the diver we are writing this code. So that's how you can add multiple blocks of codes or multiple scripts for a single sprite. So we are learning actually lots of things today. Set size to, then we will add a loop, actually forever loop, and inside the forever what it will do, see, first of all just it will go to a mouse pointer, then if life is equal to 0, then switch backdrop to, okay, if I run it, it will go to mouse pointer, means whenever I will run it, wherever my pointer is, my driver will go there. Wherever my pointer is, a driver will go there. If I run it, it will be very clear to you. Go to mouse pointer. Okay. Like I have to go to motion. Like there's option, go to random position, select it, mouse pointer, put it inside the forever block. See, mouse pointer means whenever I run the program, wherever my mouse pointer will be, you'll get it. My driver will go there. Okay. My driver will go there. Then there should be a condition, if condition. See, if then sorry, if forever is a loop, this forever is a loop, it will do, loop means it will do the same thing again and again, again and again, by doing the similar work again and again. And if is condition, if is a condition, and there is a block here, there is some option for the condition. If this condition is true, then this block will do something. This is our conditional block, so you will add it also here. If so, if there should be some condition, if this condition is true, then you will do something. Okay, so what is our condition? Our condition will give that if our lives, the value of life is 0, then we will switch backdrop to start. We will change our backdrop, and stop all means it will stop the whole game, it will stop all scripts. So how can we write this one? If lives is equal to 0, for this just click on the operator, there's an option, I think something is equal to 50, put it here, instead of 50 right here 0. And here for this position, we select what is variable, select variable, drag lives, put it here in this position. So it has become if lives is equal to 0. Whenever after doing like playing some parts, whenever my value of lives will be 0, it will change the backdrop and it will end the game. Looks, switch backdrop to starts. Initially, whenever we will start the game, our backdrop will be underwater too. Whenever we will finish the game, see, whenever lives will be 0, we will finish the game. We will switch backdrop to starts, and we will stop all the programs. Stop all. We will stop all the scripts. Okay. Switch backdrop to start. We will stop all the scripts. I hope that's all. Yeah. So this is our first condition. First block, we wrote something for the diver. Okay, I will explain these things again. So I will go for the next one now. Like I will write something for the crab. So here initially my initialization is done. I gave 0 value for a score, lives S10, and it will go to the mouse pointer. You will get it. Then I will wrote the finishing code. Whenever my live will be 0, it will change the background and then it will stop everything. Okay, now see, now I am writing the code for the diver. You can see a reflection of the diver in this screen because I have selected this one. Then I will write code for the crab. Remember it, don't mess it. Writing different codes for different sprites. For writing a code, if you want to write a code for the crab, select crab, then you can write code for the crab. See, now here on the screen you can see a reflection of the crab. So if you click on the diver, we have already some code for the diver. But if you click on the crab, now you will write some code for the crab. What will be our crab code? First of all, we add a sound bite. Then see what it will do actually. Crab, shark, all of the things will do the almost the same things. Crab will do. It will just move whenever it will get the brown. It will just move here and there on the screen. Then whenever it will touch the diver, our sprite diver, it will change lives by -1. It will decrease its lives by 1 and it will play a sound. But its main target is whenever this crab, this will touch this diver, this will touch it, it will decrease the life. You know, this makes sense. This enemy, whenever they will touch it, it will decrease the life. Whenever this star will touch it, it will increase the score. So that is our target. So what we will do now, first of all, we add a sound bite. So now we are writing code for the crab. Okay, click on the sound, delete it, take a new sound, name it bite. Okay, I have added a sound. Then again click on the code. I have added a sound bite for the crab. Then so our first job is, then we will just set some size for it. Set size to 30%. See, initially it looks very big, this crab, so we will set its size to 30%. Now see, after setting size to 30%, it has become small. So if you change it, like make it again 100%, see it has again increased. You know, that's how you can change the size of a sprite. I can make it 30%, it will be decreased so that it looks good for us. Then add a forever block and move it. Okay, click on the control, add a forever block. So why we are using forever loop again and again? Because you know it's a continuous process. We will do the same thing again and again. It will not, if you don't use loop, it will do the job just for only once. But if you add loop, it will do the things again and again. So forever loop, you will move 10 steps. It will always moves, and that's the option if on edge bounce. That means whenever it will move and whenever it will touch the edges, it will bounce. That means it will return back again. So it will move, it will continue its moving if on edge bounce. Then what it will do, whenever it will touch the diver, it will play a sound and change lives by 1. Okay, our target is whenever this diver will touch the crab, it will decrease the value of lives by 1. So I will add a condition here. If condition, if then I will give the condition here. What will happen? Like if touching the diver, touch maybe in sensing, you will get it in sensing option. If touching mouse pointer, instead of mouse pointer, select diver 2. Diver 2 means our this sprite. The name of the sprite is diver 2. I hope you can see it. So it put it inside the condition. This is our condition now. Whenever this crab will touch the diver 2, first of all it will give a sound. It is play sound until done, or I'm just okay until done. Now add this sound. Then decrease the value of lives by 1, because whenever it will touch it, it should decrease its value, life value. Wherever change lives by 1, -1, yes. So what we will do, I will add this. Whenever it will touch the diver 2, it will change. If you add change lives by 1, it will increase the value of 1. But if you add it, click here -1, it will decrease the value of life by -1. So almost you will do the same thing for all other enemies also, as shark, octopus. Their main target is whenever they will touch the diver, they will decrease its value by -1 lives. So here we wrote some code for the crab. In the same way, we will write some code for the shark. Okay. So we are done with the crab. Then click on the shark. Okay. Now you will write code for the shark. So we have some code for the diver, some code for the crab. Crab is our enemy, so whenever it will touch the diver, it will decrease its lives. Now you'll write some code for the shark. Okay. Again, first of all, add a sound for the shark. See, now we are doing code for the shark. Here we can see the reflection of the shark. Sound. Just add bite here already. There is bite here. We don't need to add it here. So whatever you will do, click on the events whenever this clicked. But for the shark, actually we did a different. First of all, it will change its size to 70%. No, change size to set size to 70%. We'll just add a size here. Then we will add a loop again, forever loop. We will add the loop. Then inside the loop, we will do something. First of all, it will move if on edge bounce. Same thing, almost the crab, like the crab, we'll do the same thing. If on edge bounce, whenever it will touch the diver, it will actually change its costume. You will get it. Change costume means last class we learned costume means there will be different images for the shark. You can check it. You can give change costume. If you do check it without giving this block Swiss costume, then see what happens. Okay, inside the forever block, what you will do? It will move 10 steps. That means it will just continuously move. And if on edge bounce, that means there's a position. Whenever it will go to the edge, it will bounce and return back. And then the code should be like this. If touching, there should be condition. If condition, same condition, we will add this. Our condition is whenever it will touch this diver, it will decrease its lives. So click on the sensing, touching, diver 2, same thing. Whenever it will touch the diver, basically first of all it will change its costume, switch costume to this. Costume means, you know, for shark we have different image. Costume means change costume means it will change this costume to this costume, something like that, this to this. So you'll get it. So click on the costume is in looks, maybe switch costume to shark to C. This is B. Okay, I will select the B actually. Switch costume to shark to B. Then we will play sound. click on the sound, play sound, byte again until done. The same code we are writing actually. Then we will change lives by -1, same thing. Click on the variable, change lives by, add it here, make it -1. Change lives by -1. Okay. So we are doing the same thing, almost the same thing. Whenever it will, first of all, it will set its size to 70%. Then the same thing, it will move here and there if on edge bounce. And see, it's moving already. Don't move, don't move. Okay. Whenever it will touch the diver too, whenever it will touch it, it will change its costume and it will play sound and it will change the lives by -1. Okay. In the same way, you will write your code for the octopus. Okay. But now I am not writing code the octopus. You have to complete it the same thing like the crab. Write the code for the octopus. Okay, I'm writing it. No worries. For the octopus. Like events, whenever this clicked, whenever it clicked, first of all it is yes.
If the codes are same, we want to just copy, can we?
Actually, let me check. Control C. You can copy in the same block, duplicate it. See, delete block. Okay, just click on the delete. So let me check. Control C. Yeah, you can copy. It's Control C and Control V. Yes, you can copy. Okay, so just select the whole block and copy. So for octopus, so nothing is special. So we will do the expression same thing. Set size to 70, 30% or 70. Made it 70. Looks good. Move 10 steps, almost the same thing. Okay. Does it have sound here? So I am writing now code for the octopus. All of you. I'm just taking. It doesn't have byte, so I will add byte here. Click on the sound. Click on the byte. Go to the code. So play sound byte until now it has sound byte. Okay, so I have just copied the code from the crab. The how? Just click here, Control C, then click here, Control V. It will automatically copy the whole blocks. Okay, everything is okay. Okay, for the star now we'll write code. So all of the enemies are doing the same thing. It is touch whenever it touches the diver, it will decrease its value, life value. Then star will do whenever star will do the different things. Whenever it will touch the diver, it will increase the score. Okay, it will increase the score. So for the star, actually, it will do these things. Whenever it will touch the diver, it will change a score by 1. That means it will increase a score by 1. Then it will go to the random position. They play sound fairy dust. So you have to add a sound first. Fairy dust. Click on the sound, delete it, add a new sound. We will add this sound. Click on the code. So the same thing, click on the event, and this will be clicked. I think there is no size here. Okay, just add the loop, control forever loop. Inside the forever, add a condition. The condition is if, click on the sensing, touching the diver. Whenever it will touch the diver too, click on the variable. Now it will increase score, not lives actually. Score. It will increase your score, isn't it? Yes, it will increase this score. Then go to random. Okay, so whenever it will touch the diver, whenever it will touch the diver, it will increase its score. Then what will I do? I will just go to random position. Okay, it should be go to random position. Go to random position. This means it will go to, it will be here, then it will be there. It will be in random position. Our program will be dynamic then play sound. Then click on the sound, place on fade just until. It's very simple for the star. Like whenever, what is diver? So whenever you will touch on the star, whenever star will touches the diver, it will increase its score. That's its job. Okay, for the backdrop, we will write some code. Also, I wrote it here. Like you have to write some codes for the backdrops. Simple code, nothing else. Just add a sound. So for writing the codes, remember it. We have different codes, like for different sprites. Okay, if you click on the sprite, you will code for this sprite. Then click on the backdrop. Now add code for the backdrop. First of all, click on the sound. I will add a sound bubble. I discussed it in the slides. You can check it. So I click on the code. Listen, another thing. Whenever you work for the backdrops, you will not get any motion here. Motion, there will be no motion because backdrop will not move, or there will not be any movement in the backdrops. Only the sprites will move. So the motion block is blocked for the backdrop. Okay, now click on the backdrop. Now we will write some code for the backdrop. Just event when this is clicked. Forever, add a block, forever block. It will just play sound. Click on the sound, play sound, bubbles until done. That's it. Okay, so just for backdrop will do nothing. It will just play a sound. Okay, we are almost done. See, initially our score is 0, life is 10. Okay, if I start, see what happens. So this will follow, this diver will follow my mouse pointer, because I will try to understand. I will try to, by mouse pointer, I will try to touch this star. Basically, where I will keep my mouse pointer, it will also go there. My target is I will touch the, wherever my star is, I will touch it, and these will automatically move. These will just move here and there. Whenever they will touch my diver, they will decrease my lives. Okay, let's start. Can you hear sound? Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh. Oh. Hey. Oh. Hi. Somehow I'm trying to get some points, a star. Oh, done. Did you get it?
Yes.
My life. So did you get it? I am just moving my mouse and my this diver
Yes,
is
sir.
pointing the mouse pointer. So did you hear the sound? Sorry. Did you get it, all of you? So
Yes, sir.
so just moving the mouse. Okay, let's close it now. So it's just moving whenever I keeping the mouse. So you can add some labels here. I can give you some idea. For example,
Yes, sir.
something like that. If I run it, so it's whenever it touches the enemy, oh, okay. Whenever it touches the enemy, it decreases it. So basically, you can work on it. For example, whenever your score becomes more than 20, it will increase the life. So you can do something like here you can add another block. You can write something like that. For example, here if lives like this one, if 20, whenever your score will cross 20, or no, it will not actually. It's not a good logic. Like whenever what matter. So you might add some logic. Like whenever it will cross or add something, it will increase the value of life. So you can add some logic actually. Let me think something, and you can add some difficulties or something like that. So for this you can work on it. Like in our games, there's some level 1, level 2, level 3. It will be a big game if you do this. Then in level 1, what happens? the speed of this, see, these are slower now, these octopus, crab. Like if you can make a really great game, then you can add some level where in level 2 these will go more faster, like this, this will go more faster. Okay, in level 2, like it's moving 10 steps, you can make it 30 steps. Crab, see, now crab will move faster. Can you see it? Crab is moving faster. So, oh my god, see, crab is moving faster. So that's how you can just add something, increase some difficulties, increase something like that. So you can work on it. So basically I will give some program games project to you. You can practice it. Okay, do you have any question, all of you? So today we learned actually something like how to, okay, just wait.